my girlfriend. She handed me a list of my flaws. Fix these, or I'm gone. The first line said, "Your existence is embarrassing." I folded the paper carefully. Fair enough. I packed her things into labeled boxes. I changed the Wi-Fi password, and that's when she noticed what was missing from the apartment. I'm 35, been in a relationship for 2 years, and I just learned that some people mistake kindness for weakness until it's too late to apologize. My girlfriend moved into my apartment about 8 months ago. I owned the place outright, bought it years ago when the market was better. She'd been renting month to month and her lease was ending, so it made sense for her to move in. Save money, spend more time together, see if we were compatible long-term, standard relationship progression. The first few months were fine, normal adjustment period stuff. She had opinions about furniture placement, wanted to redecorate some areas, needed closet space. I accommodated all of it. It was her home too now. Made sense she'd want it to feel that way. But around month 4, things shifted. She started making comments about my lifestyle, how I dressed too casually even on weekends, how my hobbies were boring, how my friends were low energy and not ambitious enough, how I needed to level up if I wanted to keep someone like her interested. I'd laugh it off mostly. Tell her I was fine with who I was. She'd say I was being defensive, that she was just trying to help me improve, that if I really loved her, I'd want to be better for her. Last week, things came to a head. I got home from work on Tuesday evening around 6. She was sitting at the kitchen table with her laptop and a notebook. Very deliberate setup, like she'd been waiting for me. "We need to talk." I set down my bag. "Okay, what's up?" "I've been thinking a lot about our relationship, about where it's going, about whether this is working." My stomach dropped a bit, but I kept my expression neutral. "All right, what have you concluded?" "I think it can work, but you need to make some changes. Significant changes." "Like what?" She slid a piece of paper across the table. I made a list. "These are the things that bother me. The things you need to fix if you want this relationship to continue." I picked up the paper. It was typed, printed out, formatted with bullet points. Professional looking. Like a performance review at work. The first line said, "Your existence is embarrassing." I read it 3 times to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding. Then I kept reading. "You dress like you don't care about yourself. You need a complete wardrobe overhaul. Your hobbies are childish. Gaming and reading sci-fi books at 35 is pathetic. Your friends are losers. You need to network with more successful people. You're too passive. You never take charge or make decisions without asking my opinion first. You're not ambitious enough. You've been at the same job for 5 years. That shows lack of drive." There were 14 more items, each one carefully articulated, each one designed to cut. I set the paper down gently, folded it in half, then in half again, looked at her. "Fair enough?" She blinked. "What?" "Fair enough. You're right. I'm clearly not meeting your standards. You should leave." "That's not what I said. I said you need to fix these things. And I'm saying no. These aren't things that need fixing. These are fundamental parts of who I am. If my existence embarrasses you, you shouldn't be with me. You're being dramatic. I'm trying to help you. By telling me my existence is embarrassing, that's help. It's honest. I'm being honest with you about what I need in a partner. Okay. And I'm being honest with you that I'm not interested in becoming someone else to keep you happy. So you should probably start packing." She looked shocked, like she'd expected me to apologize and promise to change. "You're breaking up with me over this?" "No. You're breaking up with me. You just handed me a list of reasons why I'm not good enough. I'm accepting your assessment and letting you go find someone who meets your standards." "That's not what I meant." "Then what did you mean? Be specific." She fumbled for words. "I meant, I need you to try harder, to show me you care enough to improve. Improve according to your metrics. Become who you want me to be instead of who I am. That's how relationships work. People compromise." "Compromise, sure. Complete personality overhaul? No. Those are different things. So you're just giving up? You're not going to fight for us? Fight for us? You just told me my existence is embarrassing. What exactly am I fighting for? The privilege of being with someone who fundamentally doesn't respect me? She started crying. You're twisting my words. I do respect you. I just think you could be better. Better by whose standard? Yours, not mine. I'm fine with who I am. If you're not, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I stood up, went to the bedroom, started pulling out suitcases from the closet. She followed me. What are you doing? Helping you pack. You said you'd leave if I didn't fix these things. I'm not fixing them. So logically, you're leaving. Stop. Just stop. Let's talk about this. We did talk about it. You made your position clear. I'm making mine clear. There's nothing left to discuss. I spent the next hour methodically packing her things. She alternated between crying, arguing, and sitting in stunned silence. I stayed calm, efficient, focused on the task. Her clothes, her toiletries, her decorations. Everything that was hers went into boxes and suitcases. She kept saying I was overreacting, that she didn't actually want to leave, that she was just trying to communicate her needs. I didn't argue, just kept packing. Update 1 by 9 p.m. Most of her stuff was packed. I'd labeled each box with its contents, bedroom items, kitchen items, living room decorations, bathroom supplies, very organized, very thorough. She was sitting on the couch, mascara streaked, phone in hand. Where am I supposed to go? I don't have anywhere lined up. You can stay with friends tonight, or get a hotel, but you're not staying here. This is my home too. No, it's my apartment. You moved in 8 months ago. Your name's not on the lease or the deed, and you just told me you find my existence embarrassing. People who find me embarrassing don't live in my home. You're being cruel. I'm being clear. There's a difference. You set the terms. You said fix these things or you're gone. I said I'm not fixing them, so you're gone. Those were your rules, not mine. I didn't think you'd actually choose to lose me over this. You didn't think I'd have enough self-respect to not tolerate being insulted in my own home. You miscalculated. Her phone rang. One of her friends. She answered, started crying again, explained the situation in a way that made me sound unreasonable. I heard the friend's tinny voice through the speaker, supportive and outraged on her behalf. She hung up. I can stay with her tonight, but this is insane. You're throwing away 2 years over one argument. This wasn't an argument. This was you presenting an ultimatum based on fundamental disrespect. I'm just accepting your terms. She left around 10 p.m., took 2 suitcases and her laptop, said she'd come back for the rest tomorrow. I said fine, but text first. After she left, I sat in the silence of my apartment. It felt bigger, emptier, but also lighter. I opened my laptop and changed the Wi-Fi password, changed the passwords to all my streaming accounts. She'd been using them, which was fine when she lived here. Not anymore. Then I noticed something else. The spare key I'd given her was still on her keychain. She'd left with it. I made a note to change the locks tomorrow. Update 2. She texted me around 11 p.m. I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. What's the password? I didn't respond. She called. I didn't answer. She texted again. Seriously? You changed the password? That's so petty. Me. You don't live here anymore. You don't need the password. Her. I still have things there. I need to access my cloud storage for work stuff. Me. Use your phone data. Not my problem. Her. This is ridiculous. You're acting like a child. Me. I'm acting like someone who doesn't provide services to people who find their existence embarrassing. Come get your boxes tomorrow. She sent 5 more texts. I muted the conversation. Wednesday morning, I called a locksmith. Had the locks changed by noon. Cost me $200, but worth it for the peace of mind. She texted around 1 p.m. I'm coming by after work to get my stuff, around 6. Me. I'll have it ready by the door. Your key won't work anymore. Change the locks. Her. Are you serious? Me. Completely. See you at 6. I spent the afternoon moving all her boxes to the entryway, stacked them neatly. Everything labeled, nothing missing. I even included a box of things I wasn't sure were hers, but might be. Better to over-include than have her coming back multiple times. At 6 p.m. sharp, there was a knock. I opened the door. She was there with her friend, the one she'd stayed with last night. The friend gave me a death glare. "All your stuff's right here," I said, gesturing to the boxes. She looked at the stacked boxes, at the new lock on the door, at me. "Can I come in?" "No. I want to talk." "We've talked. There's nothing left to say." "Please, just 5 minutes." "No. Take your things. Leave." The friend jumped in. "You're a real piece of work, you know that? She tries to help you improve yourself, and this is how you treat her?" "She told me my existence is embarrassing. How would you react to that?" "She was being honest. She was trying to help you be better." "Better by whose standard?" "Hers, not mine. I don't need help being who I am." "You're impossibly stubborn." "I'm fine with that. You can both leave now. Take the boxes." They made 3 trips to get everything down to her friend's car. I stood in the doorway watching, making sure nothing got left behind. On the last trip, she stopped in front of me. "I didn't mean it the way you took it." "Yes, you did. You meant exactly what you wrote. You just didn't expect me to have a backbone about it." "I thought you loved me." "I did. Past tense. You killed that when you handed me that list." People who love each other work through things. People who love each other don't tell each other their existence is embarrassing. That's not love. That's contempt. She started crying again. "I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have worded it that way." "You shouldn't have thought it that way. The wording isn't the problem. The attitude is. Can we start over? Pretend this didn't happen?" "No. Because it did happen. And it showed me who you really are." "Who am I, according to you?" "Someone who thinks love is conditional on me meeting arbitrary standards. Someone who thinks they can treat people like projects. Someone I don't want in my life anymore." Her friend pulled her away. "Come on, he's not worth it." They left. I closed the door, locked it with my shiny new lock, sat on my couch in my quiet apartment, and felt nothing except relief. Update 3 Thursday. I got a text from her mom. "I heard what happened. This seems like a misunderstanding. Can you call me?" I debated responding. Her mom had always been kind to me, but I also knew this was probably a mediation attempt. Me. "With respect, this is between your daughter and me. There's no misunderstanding." She was very clear about how she feels. Her mom. "She's devastated. She says she made a mistake, but you won't forgive her." Me. "She's devastated because there were consequences to her actions. That's not the same as being sorry. She's sorry I didn't just accept her insults and comply." Her mom. "She loves you." Me. "She loves a version of me that doesn't exist. A version she thought she could create by tearing down who I actually am. That's not love." Her mom. "Please, just talk to her." Me. "No, I'm sorry. But no." Her mom didn't respond after that. Friday, my girlfriend started posting on social media. Vague posts about narcissists and emotional abuse. About how sometimes you try to help someone and they punish you for it. How you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. Mutual friends started reaching out. Most were confused. A few had clearly heard her side only and thought I was the bad guy. A couple asked for my side of the story. I told them the truth, showed them a picture of the list. The "your existence is embarrassing" line. Watch their faces change as they rate it. "Oh, yeah, that's really harsh." Right. So when she says I'm punishing her for trying to help, understand that her help was telling me I'm fundamentally flawed and need to change who I am. Word spread. The narrative shifted. More people reached out to me privately. "I had no idea." "She made it sound like you just snapped." "That list is brutal." By Saturday, her social media posts had stopped. I think enough people had asked her about the list that she realized her victim narrative wasn't landing. Sunday afternoon, she texted me. "Can we meet for coffee, please? Just to talk." Me. Why? Her. Because I miss you. Because I made a terrible mistake. Because I want to fix this. Me. Fix what? Your opinion of me or my opinion of you? Her. Both. Me. I'm not interested. Move on. Her. Just one coffee. That's all I'm asking. I thought about it. Part of me was curious what she'd say. Part of me knew it was a trap. That she'd try to manipulate me, make me feel guilty, wear me down. Me. No. I'm done. Stop contacting me. Her. I'm not giving up on us. Me. There is no us. There's you and there's me. Separately. Accept it. I blocked her number after that. Update 4. 2 weeks later, I ran into her at a coffee shop. Pure coincidence. I wasn't expecting her. She saw me first. Hey. I nodded, kept walking toward the counter to order. She followed. Can we talk? Just for a minute? I don't think that's a good idea. Please, I've been in therapy, working on myself, understanding why I did what I did. Good for you, genuinely, but that doesn't change anything between us. I want to apologize. Really apologize. I got my coffee, found a table in the corner. She sat across from me without being invited. I was projecting, she said. My ex used to criticize me constantly, told me I wasn't good enough. It messed with my head. When I got with you, you were so comfortable, so content with yourself. It bothered me because I could never be that way. So I tried to change you into someone more like my ex, someone ambitious and driven and never satisfied, because that's what I thought success looked like. Okay. I'm sorry. Really, genuinely sorry. That list was cruel. You didn't deserve it. You're a good person, and I tried to tear you down because I was insecure. I appreciate the apology, and I'm glad you're getting help, but it doesn't change my decision. Why not? Because even if you understand why you did it, you still did it. You still thought those things about me. You can't unring that bell. People make mistakes. That wasn't a mistake. Mistakes are accidents. That was a deliberate choice to hurt me into compliance. That's different. I love you. Maybe you do, but not in a way that's healthy for me. And I'm not interested in finding out if you can learn to love me better. I'd rather be alone. She started crying. Again. I don't know what else I can say. There's nothing to say. You wanted me to change who I was. I refused. You left, in effect. Now we're done. That's the story. There's no third act where we reconcile and learn lessons together. This is the ending. I stood up, left my half-finished coffee on the table, walked out. She didn't follow. Final update. That was 3 months ago. I haven't heard from her since the coffee shop. Mutual friends say she's dating someone new. Some guy who works in finance, very ambitious, always networking. Sounds exhausting. Perfect for her. I'm still in my apartment. Still have the same job. Still dress casually on weekends. Still read sci-fi books and play video games. Still hang out with my low-energy friends who make me laugh and never make me feel like I need to be someone else. I'm also dating someone new. Met her through a friend. She's a teacher, loves her job even though it doesn't pay great. Reads fantasy novels and watches anime. Thinks my hobbies are cool, not childish. Doesn't have a list of ways I need to improve. We were at her place last weekend. She asked me about my ex, what happened. I told her the story, showed her a picture of the list I'd kept on my phone. She read it quietly, then looked at me. Your existence is embarrassing. Jesus. Who says that to someone they supposedly love? Someone who doesn't actually love them. And you just packed her stuff, changed the locks. Yep. That's the most ruthlessly calm breakup I've ever heard of. I wasn't calm. I was hurt. But I wasn't going to let her see me hurt. Wasn't going to give her the satisfaction of knowing she got to me. Did she? Get to you? For about a week. Then I realized I felt better without her than I ever did with her. That's when I knew I'd made the right call. She kissed me. I'm glad you did. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met you. Yeah, silver linings and all that. Last week, I got a message request on social media from my ex. I almost deleted it without reading. But curiosity won. I heard you're seeing someone. I hope she appreciates you more than I did. I really am sorry for how I treated you. You were right about everything. I wasn't in love with you. I was in love with the idea of molding someone into what I thought I wanted. That was wrong. I hope you're happy. I read it twice. Felt nothing. No anger, no vindication, no sadness. Just acknowledgement that she'd finally figured it out. I didn't respond. Just closed the message. Went back to living my life. The list is still on my phone. I've thought about deleting it, but I keep it as a reminder. Not of her, but of the moment I chose self-respect over trying to be enough for someone who'd already decided I wasn't. Your existence is embarrassing. That line will stay with me forever. Not because it hurt, though it did, but because it clarified everything. It showed me exactly who she was and what she thought of me. And it gave me permission to walk away without guilt. Some people think love means changing for each other, compromising, meeting in the middle. And sure, small adjustments make sense. But fundamentally changing who you are? Apologizing for existing? That's not love. That's erasure. I exist exactly as I am. Casual